Hello everyone, welcome to the class. In this session, we will discuss about programming techniques. There are the four different types of programming techniques. One is unstructured programming, procedural programming and modular programming and object oriented programming. So, what do you mean by unstructured programming? Unstructured programming means a main program stands for a sequence of commands or statements which modify data which is global throughout the whole program. So let us take one diagrammatic explanation. So this is what one program. This is main program. This is one main program. In this main program, it is a program. It is a program. In this program, I am taking another program, which is the main program. Okay. It indicates as a main program data. Main program data. So this will indicate as a program. It is a program. Under this one, another main program is there. This program contains many programs. This is program. Okay. So here the main program stands for it stands for sequence of commands. We can write the sequence of commands, like you can write like int a declaration a is equal to b, like that. Some sequence of statements are there. These are sequence of statements. So main program stands for sequence of commands or statements. These are the sequence of commands or statements which modify data. Suppose if I modify any data of this sequence of statements in this, which is global throughout the whole program. So completely all program will be affected. This program also affected. Suppose in this program contains some other, suppose in this program contain taking this one. In this program contain another sub program. This is a main program. I am taking another sub program. Suppose this is a sub program. This also will be affected. Okay. This also will be affected. That is what? Which modify data which is global throughout the whole program. The whole program will be affected. So suppose this is what the main program. I am taking this main program. This is main program. Let us say this is a main program. This is a main program. Under this main program, this subprogram is there. If you modify data, this all it will be affected. Entire program will be affected. That is what? Unstructured programming. Okay. This programming techniques provides some disadvantages. What are they? Once have some disadvantages. Once the program gets sufficiently large, suppose it is a large program, let us say it is a large program. The sequence must be copied. This has to let the idea to extract these sequences. Suppose I wanted some large sequence of statements, suppose 100 lines of sequence of statements. I want to write another program. Okay. here we have to call entire sequence of statements, last sequence of statements into that. Here there is no availability of a calling a program. That is a disadvantage. So I am writing here the disadvantage. So what is the disadvantage here? The disadvantage is here. Here the most major disadvantage is once the program gets sufficiently large, once the program gets sufficiently large, once the program gets sufficiently large, that is a disadvantage. So you can write the explanation. If the same statement sequence is needed at different locations, suppose the same sequence of statement, this statement required on the different location, this is one location, the same statement will be available for the another location. Suppose I am taking this one. This is again another program. This sequence of statement requires in this program the same data. Suppose again you have to copy entire data, you have to copy. So what is the disadvantage? Entire copy, if you copy, you have to write everything, right? And also performance will be degraded. Okay, this has us to idea to extract these sequences, name them, and offering techniques to call return from these are procedures. Okay, na? So that's why we are moving into the procedural programming. So again I am reviewing it. See, observe here. So this is a program, this is a main block. In this have one down main program is there. This is what subprogram, this is subprogram, this is subprogram. This is subprogram. Main program stands for sequence of commands. In this have sequence of commands or statements which modify data which is global throughout the whole program. If you modify any data, it will be affected to entire program. So what is the disadvantage? Once the program gets sufficiently large, the exact copying of a data will be difficult. Okay, na? And also have performance will be degraded. So there is the unstructured programming. Let us move on procedural programming. So procedural programming has the copying of a data will not be there. We are calling of a data is there. Calling of a data. So let us understand the definition. Procedural programming definition. This method allows us to combine the returning sequences of a statement, the returning sequences of statements into one single place. This method allows us to combine the returning sequence of statements into one single place. A procedure call is used to invoke the procedure. Here the main important is a procedure call is used to invoke the procedure. So we are not copying in this, we are invoking. Invoking means what? Let us take in this. This is an example. Here exact copy you have to write in this. It will take time taken process and also performance degraders. So what we are doing in procedural programming? Very simple. Very simple. What we are doing? We are taking this will be suppose here we have written one program. Let us take. In order to write this entire program, what we are doing? We are calling it in this. We are calling into this. Suppose I have written some code in this. I have written code in this. Suppose this is one code. This is another code. So this code, entire code will not be written. Now no need to write entire code. Just we are calling this name. Suppose I have taken here name as A. I am taken here name as A. Okay now. A having this number of sequence of statement. Again this number of statement no need to write in this. Just we are calling here. Call A. If you write call A. Suppose example I am giving. So if you call A, directly what happens? Directly it will move to this block and it will execute into whenever if you execute this program, it will call this program and it will execute entire data. No need to copy entire statement into this. That is the advantages here, procedural programming. This method allows us to combine the returning sequence of statement. Returning sequence of statement means what? This is what returning sequence of statements. Combining this and this one we are combining into one single place. This single place we are executing only this program only. If you write this program also implicitly it will be executed. The procedural call is invoked by this procedure. This procedure will be invoked. That is procedural programming. Okay, let us take another different diagram. I am taking, this is a main program. This is a main program. Here contain one procedure. Let us take this is contain one procedure. So what happens? In main program we are calling procedure. This program we are calling. So this procedure calls another procedure. Here another procedure is there. Let us take here one more procedure is there. This will be called by this main program. Okay. Again we can call main program from this. Another sequence of statement here. This call, one call, this is second call. The first call calls this procedure. Second call will call this one. This sequence of statement like this. Okay, this is a good example. You can write this example. Okay, this is a procedural program. So what do you mean by modular programming? Modular programming. So modular programming the process of splitting the lengthier and complex program. So the definition is the process of splitting the lengthier the process of splitting lengthier and complex programs into number of smaller units. Is called modularization. So they may ask you question like this: what is meant by modularization, you have to write like this. Process of splitting the lengthier and complex programs into number of smaller units is called modularization. Okay na? So here modularization means, let us draw a diagram so the definition you can easily understand. Okay, I am drawing definition here down. So this is main program data. Let us take, this is a main program data. This is main program data. Okay, now this main program data is splitted into two different parts. Previously we discussed it, right? The same thing, splitted into two different ways. This is one way, this is another way. Okay na? So this is what? This is main program data. Main program data. This is main program data. Okay. So here it contains module 1. So module 1, this is one module, this is another module, this is module 2. Module 2. Okay, so this module contains some data along with the procedure. Okay na? Data along with the procedure. This contains some procedure 2, let us say procedure 2, procedure 1 or 2, we can take anything. Okay, here some other P2, P1, some P2 procedures are there. This is one module, different module. This is another different module. It contains large number of data. This contains a large number of data. We are not combining, we are not placing in main program this data and this data, right? We are splitting, right? This main program data, one module we are separating, second module we are separating. If you want to run the second module, we are running this one only. If you want to run the first module, we are running this only. So which is necessary, that program we are running. So that's why we are not like taking entire data as one data. We are splitting this programming part, one part and the other part like modules. That is what modular programming. Module wise we are dividing. This is one module, this is another module. The process of splitting the lengthier and complex programs into number of smaller units. The smaller units is called modularization. Okay na? This is modularization. You can write this diagram for modular programming. Each module can have its own data. This allows each module to manage an internal state which is modified by calls to procedures. So calls internally, it will be calls to the procedures, it will be happen. Suppose I want to call P2. P2 means procedural 2. P1 I have mentioning P2 details. P1 if you execute, P2 will be also executed. Okay now, like that. Okay. So that is there is only one state. There is only one state per module. Each module exists at most once in the whole program. That is modular programming. That is what modular programming. Okay. So what are the advantages in the modular programming? The most important advantage is The most important advantage is reusability. Advantages of modular programming. Advantage of modular programming. So one is the advantage is reusability. Second one, debugging is easier. Third one, building library. Fourth one is portability. So these are the advantages of modular programming. Reusability means what? If a particular set of instructions is to be executed repeatedly, particular statement is executed by repeatedly from several different places within the program, that we can make this program of instruction as a one module. Suppose P2 of details I want to run from this module. No need to write everything in this module P2 details. Just we are calling P2 from this module so that P2 also will be executed. That is what reusability. So debugging is easier means what? Finding errors. If you separate the different modules, finding is very easy. Suppose one error which is there in module 1, we can see only in module 1 only. We are not checking in module 2. Right? So while we are executing this module. So it getting from this module only. We are checking the details in this module will be very easy. If you combine this all details and running from this main program, so it will be difficult, right? If you include this module in main program, this include if you include in module 2, if you run entire this program, which module have raised the error, which is difficulty, correct? If you are splitting into different modules, you are running it, each individual modules, finding is very easy. That is what debugging is easier. Debugging means what? Bug means what? Error. Debugging means finding solution to an error is an easier. Debugging means finding an error. Finding an error is easier. Bug means error. Debugging means finding an error is easier. Building library details all is there. Library details means which data is there. That means it is possible for programmer to build his own library of the most commonly used functions. So most usually commonly used functions library he can be used by herself. This reduces the time and space requirements of the program. Suppose addition of 100 numbers have one function is there. That function directly we are using from this. No need to write entire logic of it. That is what one is a library is there. Addition of 100 numbers one function. That is one library. That function we are calling from this module. So that will be very easier. That is building library also provided. Portability all of you know it, very easy. Since the functions and library are common across different operating systems, that means this program want to run in Windows 7, Windows 10 or Mac OS, another Linux system if you want to run, that will be very easier. Okay, it is easier for us to port and execute them without much or no modification. We can execute in multiple operating system, which is a portability. These are the advantages of modular programming. Okay. So one of the most important programming language is object